Welcome back. Hong Kong Philharmonic Orchestra bass trombonist Peter Vance Wyckoff was diagnosed with a brain tumor in 2018. This year, the PVW Brain Tumor Foundation was set up in his name under the auspices of the Hong Kong Neuro-Oncology Society and with the support of musicians from the Hong Kong Philharmonic Orchestra. The foundation hopes to raise awareness of brain tumors and provide support for patients and their families. Next Tuesday, a group of Peter's friends and colleagues are giving a concert to launch the foundation, and some of them are here to tell us more.
We're here with 4 representatives of the PVW Brain Tumor Foundation. Welcome to the studio. I'd like to begin by asking you, what was the genesis of this foundation and the reasons for its formation?
We're hoping that the foundation will capture something of Peter's very kind spirit and that we can reflect that in working with other families with brain tumor patients in the region.
So in terms of the reasons for setting up this foundation, Peter being the principal reason, and then the mission statement of it, can you speak a little bit to these issues?
We were approached by Dr. Jenny Poo, who was Peter's surgeon very early on in his journey. And from then on, she's seen the level of support that had been given to him from the musicians in his orchestra, visiting him, taking food, just sending messages of support to Peter and Jen. And they were really inspired by this network, and the idea of the foundation came from this to help provide more support to other families who may not have it in Hong Kong and other patients who may not have it in Hong Kong. So this is really starts the mission of the whole charity, essentially.
I think there's a real need for a foundation of this kind in Hong Kong. I think it's going to be a very valuable resource to other patients in the future, and hopefully it can bring some more treatment options to Hong Kong patients and really increase awareness of this issue, because it can really affect anyone.
There's a real need for education.
Yeah.
And for early detection and just general knowledge about brain tumors as a whole.
As representatives of this foundation, you're putting together this very special concert, and I'd like to ask about, so it's going to be members mostly of the Hong Kong Philharmonic, I understand, performing a program of Brahms and Sibelius. Can you talk me through it?
This concert is meant to kick off and celebrate the launch of the PVW Foundation. The idea is to start a foundation in honor of our very good friend Peter, who's been bass trombone with the Hong Kong Philharmonic and has been fighting glioblastoma over the past year. And so we wanted to have a very personal concert that had a lot of meaning for us as the musicians performing, and also help celebrate the launch of this new foundation, meant to help families in Hong Kong who might need a little assistance and a little bit of help going through which is a very difficult experience.
And how did you arrive at the pieces that are actually going to be performed at this concert?
In creating the program, we wanted to honor sort of some of Peter's favorites from the orchestral repertoire. And so we have a lot of different things to feature. We'll start off with a bit of Copland, which is very brass heavy, in honor of Peter being a bass trombone player. So that's something that brass players will always look forward to. Peter also really loved the music of Sibelius and Brahms, and so that features heavily on our program. After a lot of treatment and a couple surgeries, Peter was able to make it back to perform with the orchestra again, and actually the first piece he performed being back with us was the Brahms Academic Festival Overture. So we thought that would be an appropriate way to get started with the concert. He also really loved the music of Sibelius. And so we picked one tone poem that we thought really captured the spirit of what we wanted the concert to mean for us and to the public. And to finish, the second half, we'll do Brahms' Third Symphony. And for Peter, this is one of his very favorite pieces and something we performed in the orchestra recently. And so we thought this was a good way to tie together what we wanted to have for the experience, and also what we wanted to represent Peter's views.
What would you say to folks who are interested in coming out and supporting the foundation, or at least attending the concert and then perhaps going further and supporting in other ways? How can they do that?
Well, they can go to our Facebook page and check us out, read a little bit more about us. We also have a few videos on there if they want to learn a little bit more about Peter. And Also, obviously, donating would be really great because we are just starting everything. So, and I would love for as many people to come to this concert, especially because Peter is my husband, and I would love to have as much support as possible because this is a very difficult time for him. And all of his friends are here helping out with this concert, so it'd be great for the community to also be there to support him.
Specifically, where and when is the concert going to be?
So the concert is on Tuesday, May the 21st. At the Hong Kong Jockey Club Amphitheatre, which is at the Academy for Performing Arts in Wan Chai. So it's on the 21st of May at 8 p.m. And as Jen said, if you go to our Facebook page, there is an events page on there for the concert, which actually is subtitled Play Your Part, which we thought was a really great message to get people to rally around, and also the link to music with Peter. And I mean, we've got a fantastic orchestra, I mean, mainly of Hong Kong Phil members, but also from many other orchestras in Hong Kong and in Macau, many of whom are actually Peter's close friends or colleagues from the past. And it's been overwhelming to see the response from people who want to support the concert and the foundation and Peter.
Well, you've brought with you some of the magnificent colleagues of Peter's from the Hong Kong Philharmonic here to play us a bit of music. What are they going to play for us?
So we've got some musicians who've given up their time to come and help us promote this fantastic cause. They're going to play in the concert on the evening, and they're going to play a brass quartet arrangement of Hallelujah Chorus by Handel.
Sounds lovely.